I need you to stay on high alert because these traffickers has gotten even smarter. They are pretending to be Walmart employees. Now, before I go any further, I need y'all to please be sure to hit that follow button, watch this video all the way until the end, and share this video with everybody that you know, because I know it's a woman right now that got to run to Walmart. I know there's people that go to Walmart every single day, and I don't want to see nobody wake up dead because these predators out here faking like they work at Walmart. So what these fake employees are doing, they will greet you outside with a smile. They've watched you pull up in your car, so they know your tag number. They know exactly what type of make and model vehicle that you have. They're going to be friendly, just like a normal Walmart worker would be. When you go into that store and you're doing your everyday shopping for your lovely family, they're going to come up to you and say, hey, somebody has bumped your vehicle, or somebody has tried to break into your vehicle. You've seen that friendly face. They've spoken to you. So your first instinct is to run outside with that person. Do not go outside with no employee at Walmart alone. Because when they come to you and say, hey, you're driving this type of car with this tag number, you're going to run outside, and that's when the people will attack you, kidnap you, and take you wherever they're trying to take you. Y'all, please spread this message with everybody that you know, because they faking to be Walmart employees. That's sad. Y'all help me spread the message.
We live in a very evil, sick world. This stripper from Atlanta, Georgia, was beat and set on fire by a man she was using to pay her bills for 8 months. This man that was paying this stripper bills snapped and lost his mind when the stripper blocked him when he couldn't afford to pay her rent. When this stripper blocked this man's number, he lost his mind. He broke in her house one night, beat her with a hammer, and choked her until she was deceased. He then put her body in the trunk of his car and drove her far out somewhere and set her body on fire. Let me explain. This man met this woman at a local strip club in Atlanta, Georgia. He would go several times a month, especially when he get paid. One night he went to the strip club. He built up the confidence to ask this woman for her number, and she gave it to him. This man was a janitor at a local elementary school, and he lived in his mother's basement, so he didn't have a lot of bills. So he would spend a lot of his money in the strip club on this woman. When this stripper gave this man her number, they started texting several times a day. Within 1 week of him having her number, the stripper started telling him she loved him. The stripper told him she never fell in love with a man that fast. The stripper then started asking him for money for food. He would give it to her every time. And then the stripper would start asking for bigger things. She would ask him to pay her car note. He would...
Just when we think it could get no worse, then this bitch comes along and prove us all motherfucking wrong. Sherry Magby, SHERRYMAGBY, a 37-year-old bitch out of Atlanta, Georgia, just recently got arrested. The bitch left 6 kids home alone. 5 of them were under the age of 8 years old. They were left under the supervision of their 10-year-old sibling. One of the kids, the babies, was unalived. The police got there. The detectives say the living conditions was such in disarray for every room. And this bitch was missing. She left them for 12 hours. The neighbor said she was doing it all the time. They know the kids would be home alone all the motherfucking time. But did they call anybody? Did they call to report it? Hell motherfucking no, they didn't. The kids, the babies, the 1-year-old was caught eating roaches and ants. Did you hear what the fuck I just said? Roaches and ants. That ain't the worst motherfucking part. The bitch Sherry Magby is going to court next month for another charge that is separate from the motherfucking shit I just told y'all. The bitch is accused of cutting a baby in his back while he was trying to get away from her. That's what the fuck we living with. And for a motherfucker to say, mind your business, you got to be the stupidest motherfucker. Any neighbor that saw these motherfucking babies at home alone, the way this neighbor reported it, and you didn't say nothing until a microphone was up in your motherfucking face, you dead motherfucking wrong. And you part of the motherfucking problem.
So 31-year-old Malik Chandler is currently behind bars after he shot the predator that was on video taking advantage of his 11-year-old daughter in the worst way. He's being held on a $100,000 bond. Let's talk about it. So according to reporting back on July 15th in Grove City, Ohio, 31-year-old Malik Chandler's child's mother found a very disturbing video on their 11-year-old daughter's phone. Now, that video depicted some type of sexual activity with an adult. Now, upon further research, they learned that this was someone that the 11-year-old had met online, and that is what transpired. So, of course, they called officers of the goddamn law. They came out to the home to investigate. Well, the next day, Malik used his daughter's TikTok account, pretending to be her, and reached out to the person that they believe was in that video, who has now been identified as 20-year-old Diego Gonzalez. Now, apparently, during that conversation, Malik was pretending to be his daughter, and he told Diego that he was home alone, and Diego came over under the false pretense that he was going to engage again with this 11-year-old girl. But when he got there, Malik was there. Now, Malik told officers of the goddamn law that his intention was just to beat Diego up and call them to arrest him. However, he felt that Diego was reaching for a weapon, and that is when he shot him. Now, when officers arrived on the scene, they found Diego Montoya Gonzalez sitting in a chair with 2 weapon wounds. He was transported to the Grand Medical Center in Columbus, where he received treatment. Now, prosecutors allege when they began investigating Diego, they found several videos on his phone showing the sexual abuse of children, including one clip of an infant or a toddler. So on Friday, he was indicted by a grand jury on 5 counts of pandering, sexual-oriented material, 2 counts of rape, and 1 count of obstruction of official business, because apparently he tried to run when officers of the goddamn law was trying to arrest his ass. Now, the judge set Diego's bond at $70,000. However, Malik's bond has been set at $100,000. He's been charged with felonious assault. Again, prosecutors found several videos of sexual abuse of children on his phone, including 1 clip of a toddler or an infant. And then that doesn't include the 11-year-old daughter of Malik. And he got a $70,000 bond. This is absolutely disturbing. In my opinion, he shouldn't even be alive. Several videos? You disgusting piece of shit. They need to let Malik out. I know he has a prior record, but they need to let that man out. Y'all put your thoughts in the comments.
On Wednesday, July 29th, Deja Coleman from Georgia, she took her 2 older kids to camp, and she was supposed to take her 1-year-old baby to daycare. Instead, she pulled into her job, Northside Hospital. She pulled into the employee parking lot at 6:55 a.m. and she went inside to start her shift. Around 3:50, somebody noticed that her 1-year-old baby was in the car. They attempted to break hospital security went and broke the window, but it was too late. The child was deceased. They say the car was 115 degrees. When they went to go tell Deja that she left her baby in the car, they say Deja was devastated. She was inconsolable. She did not realize that once she took her 2 older kids to camp, she forgot her baby was in the back seat. And it's just like, I don't know what to say about this, because this is like the 4th child this summer who parent a baby. They didn't drop their other kids off, the older kids, and then they forget that their baby is in the back seat, and they go on about their day and go to work. But y'all grab your work ID, you grab your phone, because I know you had your phone all day. Like, I get it. I get it. People got a lot on their plate. But to forget your baby, at no point in the day was it like, oh my fucking God, my baby. Remember, like, you never dropped your baby off to daycare. So Deja is facing a second-degree murder charge plus child cruelty charges. It's just a sad situation. I know she did not mean to do this. But parents, y'all gotta stop rushing. Deja could have got another job, but she can't get another baby.
It was an execution.
Randall Leonard Sr. is charged with killing Kiana Pliska the night of July 16th after stalking her for months. According to a criminal complaint, when the two met at the Lake Park apartments with their 6-year-old son, Leonard shot Pliska 7 times.
After the initial shooting, you came around and shot 2 or 3 more times, like a mob execution. You made sure that this shooting was successful.
Investigators say he then drove away with his son and texted his sister admitting to shooting Pliska.
She saw me pull out my gun. She got out of the car and started to run, so I shot her. She started screaming, so I knew she was still alive, so I just kept shooting her. He continues and goes on to say, I'm about to do it to myself and my son.
His sister told investigators she was able to convince him to meet her in a parking lot without police to take the child safely. Leonard was arrested in his car in Wauwatosa later that night.
Mr. Leonard has given a full confession.
The complaint says Pliska filed a restraining order against Leonard in April, but it was dismissed when he convinced her not to show up to court. Court records show she reported him stalking her repeatedly, putting an AirTag on her car, showing up to her home, choking her, and once claiming he shot himself in the hand because of her.
Prior to the homicide, the behavior is escalating, and it is escalating significantly, and it is escalating with violence and with weapons.
One day before Pliska was killed, she told officers her hairstylist had received a call from Leonard pretending to be a detective looking for Pliska. That's when she filed a restraining order. It was granted the day after she died.
If someone truly wants to kill someone, even a piece of paper or a court order is not going to stop it.
An entire family found lifeless in their own home. 6 children. 2 parents. Authorities are calling it a complicated scene. It happened on July 24th in Grand Haven, Michigan. Around 8:30 in the morning, firefighters got a first call about smoke in the area. They searched, found nothing, and left. No one suspected what was actually unfolding behind those walls. 3 hours later, at 11:30, more calls came in. White smoke pouring from a window. Firefighters finally made their way inside. What they found was heartbreaking. 6 children, just 5 to 15 years old, and their parents, Christopher and Mandy, married for 16 years, all gone. Some of the children had suspicious marks, consistent with the use of a weapon. The official cause of death has not yet been confirmed. Investigators say they are not looking for any outside suspects. Their working theory, still unconfirmed, one of the parents took the lives of the entire family before taking their own. A tragedy that's left an entire community in shock. What do you think?
A damn bulldagger killed her and her daughter after her wife left her for another woman. And I just want to know, what made you feel like it was your right to take this beautiful little girl away? Like, I don't understand. You've been confused your whole life, and now all of a sudden, you knew that this was the damn decision to make? What did this little girl have to do with your wife leaving you? Were you afraid that another woman was going to be raising your child and you couldn't take that? I'm sorry. Call me, which I want in the comments. I don't care. I can't be whooped. I do not respect people who commit commit and then take their kids with them. That is selfish. Those kids did not ask to be here. This little girl did not ask to be here. She didn't ask to be brought in. She didn't ask for none of this. Why would you take her life like that over a piece of person? It's 1 billion people on the planet. You had all the opportunities. Kanisha Richardson, 37 years old, killed this 3-year-old little girl 3 days before her birthday, her 4th birthday. You took her to damn Chuck E. Cheese like she was getting an award for about to be unalived. Like, let's be real. I'm really sick of you. And I'm really upset.
On the morning of Sunday, July 12th, prosecutors say that the two teens carried out a string of attacks across 3 separate locations in the city. At a home near 39th Street and Summit Avenue, another family member was killed. This is also where prosecutors allege the girl's grandmother, 74-year-old Patricia May, had her right thumb cut off, a detail that led to an actual charge of dismembering a human body. More family members were shot at a second location, and at Jones Park, right across from the Jackie Joyner Kersey Foundation, the pair allegedly opened fire into a vehicle carrying several more relatives, using a vehicle prosecutors say had been hijacked as part of this spree they were on. The girl's own siblings, 21-year-old Quentin Thompson and 25-year-old Shania Thompson, were killed there. Her mother, Tiffany Thompson, was shot in the neck. Her aunt, Santasha Scott, was shot in the face and back. Both women survived. A relative told reporters that the 15-year-old girl stood over one of the surviving women trying to finish the job but had run out of bullets. By the end of it, 7 people had been shot. 5 of them were dead all across the span of about a week.